All right, so it's really important to test and retest. So you're gonna either want to do this wall drill or you could do this laying on the floor. As you see, Rob arched his lower back, so that's why I'm telling him to keep his back tight, his butt tight, his belly tight, and to keep the arms extended, because the easy way to cheat this to get your hands to the wall is to bend your arms. So really focus on keeping those arms straight, moving slowly through this, and keeping that back from overarching. So you can see Rob starting to get stuck here, and we're just trying to see where that initial range of motion is. I have him do a PVC press test too, just to get an idea of his ability to move in a more functional movement. So pressing a PVC over his head like we would a shoulder press, you could see that that bar gets stuck about a little bit in front of his head. So I'm gonna have him first do a lacrosse ball overhead mobility drill that I really like. It's very painful, but it is very effective. So as you can see earlier, I had Rob put that into his trap. Please do not put the ball into your spine. And you're gonna wanna kind of wiggle around on the ball until you find that sticky point. And then you can see Rob has his arms straight, his elbows don't bend, he bridges his hips up, and then he slowly brings that arm overhead with his thumb up like that, trying to get the thumb to the floor. The really important thing here is the breathing. So I have Rob inhaling, and then as he lifts that arm overhead, you want to make sure that you can exhale and breathe through that stretch. If you're unable to hold your breath, it's too intense of a stretch. All right, so now we're moving into a banded shoulder distraction. This is just a simple overhead one that is gonna mobilize the shoulder and the lat. I have him do this across the chest one. That's gonna get a little bit more of the back of the shoulder. And then this is a good stretch where you take the back of the hand to the middle of the back, and then you let that band naturally pull that shoulder back into a good position. And then to finish up with this fifth drill, he's sitting on the floor, his hips stay down, his belly stays tight. He's actively breaking that band. You can do this without the band. The band just kind of helps to activate the scapula, but he's just kind of opening that range of motion back up. In our retest, you can see that his range of motion drastically improved, and this was only a 30-minute one-on-one session, so we went through these drills nice and slowly. It was probably about 10 minutes of actual mobility work, but as you could see in this retest, Rob's overhead mobility has drastically improved just from those 5 drills. So one more time, you'll see the arms are nice and straight, belly staying tighter, thumbs are getting to the wall. And now when he presses that bar over his head, it's in a much safer stacked position over his shoulder. And that's gonna give him a much better chance of minimizing risk of injury and some sort of compensation where he's gonna feel shoulder pain. So try out these 5 drills. I hope it helps. Make sure that you guys are always testing and then retesting. Use the camera and always make sure that everything you're doing is working.